Cole rapped that verse, it would be the #1 verse in complex list history. They'd put it over the Jay-Z freestyle. If Cole did that, y'all would think it was the greatest thing of all time. That's how that works. If Cole rapped that word for word, y'all would think it was the greatest verse that ever happened.
Oh, no, that happens. That we know that if certain people rap certain verses, it would get more talked about and more acclaimed than it does. We know that.
That's also because some people rap certain verses better than one person will rap them. You can have the same exact lyrics, but sometimes the way you deliver it has a lot of impact.
So we've talked about this like maybe in the beginning of this pod. Where I think the disconnect does happen between a Wale and Cole is you can catch every last word with Cole. The way he enunciates and delivers, it's a very clear. You can hear everything. Drake is really good at that too. That's a disconnect outside of the stigma Wale has. With his DC Nigerian accent, it's tough to catch everything. It's not as clear.
We're not going to make it seem like Wale got this heavy, crazy accent where we don't understand him. We understand what Wale is saying. We know every word he says. It's not that. I just think people.
You don't think inflections are a huge part of one, why Drake is so successful?
Of course.
Why Cole is so successful?
Of course.
Why Hove is so successful?
Of course.
They are gifted in that regard with they don't just have a good delivery. Their inflections are perfect. You can hear everything.
That makes a difference.
Wale's is a bit messier.
You don't think
Kendrick, I give a lot of credit because he's closer on the Wale side to that, but does a better job of making it more understandable when he raps. He's just a little messier with it.
But that's not like, and this isn't shade to Wale. That's, if you know that that's something you need work on, because I'm sure you're not the first person to ever make that critique, right? Then that's something you need to work on, because Jay-Z didn't always rap so super clear. Drake didn't always rap so super clear. Drake had a fucking accent he had to get rid of, and neither did Cole.
It's not so much that the accent per se. I just think that's the reason for why he does it specifically. On comeback season, Drake was rapping extremely clear.
Yeah.
How they count their bars is they enunciate everything. His is more rhythmic, so it's tougher to catch a lot of stuff. And I'm not doing that, I went above your head. I'm just saying basic things are harder to understand.
And I also think that that's part of the reason, the way he flows and the style that he has, I think that's why his songs sound better than
Yeah,
Cole's.
he's very much in
that's, you know
rhythm.
what I'm saying? He makes better songs than Cole, I think.
He's on a melody, whereas Cole typically when it comes to straight raps is rapping.
Yeah.
But I feel that's been a big part of why things didn't really connect that way. And why with Wale's bigger records, he has to focus on a great hook. Even if he's the one writing it, someone else is going to go sing it because he's not going to be the one to make it palatable and digestible. Like the casual fan does want to hear what you're saying.
Right.
Despite what people think, casual fan doesn't listen. No, they do. They just don't listen closely.
Right.
They want it to be an easy listen. Cole is a really easy listen. And that's not a dig.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, right? Like
I get what you're saying.
He's very easy on the ears.
Yes, I get what you're saying. Again, it's not because Wale, again, we don't have to keep saying it, but we all know Wale can rap. We all know he's dope. I think he's underrated as far as an artist. I think he has put out better albums than a lot of people that we speak about more than we speak about Wale. But when you just talking about rapping, I don't think Wale has better verses than Cole. I don't think he has a better delivery than Cole.
Delivery, I will 100% say J. Cole has a better delivery.
Right. So
without question.
So when you say Wale raps better than, it's just like
content, technicality, versatility, range. I think he covers those things.
You don't think Cole is just as versatile?
I think Cole is very versatile compared to average rappers because I think both of them are elite rappers, but compared to each other, no. Okay. I think Wale has more range. Maybe not more range that people care for,
right?
But more range for sure.
Okay,
it's range I care about. Again, this is a me thing. My ears only. I'm not trying to. Well, I guess I am trying to convince y'all, but I didn't think I would. This is more because it's a podcast.
Yeah,
just bringing up examples of, to me, elite rapping that if Kendrick rapped this shit, people would lose their fucking minds. Like, he just gets put to the side on certain stuff because of the stigma,
right?
And how he was marketed. And I mean, even on Groundhog's Day, when Cole and Wale had their back and forth, I thought he brought up really, really interesting points. I thought Cole smoked him on that third verse. I have a friend that does not take his life. He takes his life for granted.
Mhm.
He has amazing songs, amazing fans. He has money. Like, all he does is complain and ask why he's not up there with everyone else. Like, look at what you have. You have an amazing life,
Mhm.
which people have said about Wale when they don't know him. But him coming back and said, look at the difference of how you were marketed and how you were put out to the industry and how you were kind of forced to be the beloved one where I was just on the side.
Mhm.
I had a Lady Gaga record. You got more money than me for some reason. Why?
Okay.
You were fishing for a single for 3-4 fucking years.
Mhm.
And I applaud Cole because he took his career in his own hands and proved everyone wrong.
Mhm.
Like, I think what him and Eve did is incredible while they were searching for that single, while Hov was like, no, we're not putting your shit out.
Mhm.
But they were still putting money behind Cole. Wale was the first signee, had a Lady Gaga record.
Mhm.
And they undershipped his entire album, didn't push anything, and was like, fuck it. And you wonder why I'm complaining and yelling to media and to my label, and I look like the bad guy now. And Cole looks like the sweetheart.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's obviously
Layers.
industry shit
Yeah.
in the background there, but that's a big thing for me too. Because now with Afro beats the way it's popping, Wale was doing Afro beats on his first album, his
Mhm.
first fucking album. Now Cole is on the Thames out. Like, if I'm him, I'm pissed too. I think that also has a reason why we have a different perspective of why Wale is not a better or just as good rapper as J. Cole. Didn't get the same opportunities. Like, they still do mold your perspective as artists continue on, even though we are not the casual fan and are somewhat in the industry as far as that goes.
Mhm.
We still get manipulated with marketing.
Oh, absolutely.
So-
Oh, for sure.
I think that plays a part in it too.
You think the marketing plays part in why people feel like Cole is a better rapper?
Mhm.
I mean, I'm not saying it. Yes, you're not wrong. That plays into it. But I think the bigger part of it is I think people just genuinely like listening to Cole more, and they feel
Easier on
like
the ears.
he raps better. He raps better than Wale to them. I all of those other things play a part in, you know, the business side and, you know,
Yeah.
album sales and numbers, things like that. But when you talk about what people like and what they gravitate towards and what they like to listen to and things like that, I do think that they like to listen to Cole more because they feel like Cole is a better MC, better.
Yeah. I get it. And I mean, looking at
But I
even
love
some,
what you said
some of the
because-
opportunities, like, I think when Looking for Trouble, which was on, remember the Good Music series every Friday,
Mm-hmm.
which was one of my favorite times.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, Wale was bigger than Cole
Yes.
as far as numbers went. And both had the Jay-Z connection. Looking for Trouble, obviously, I think Cole would smoke Wale on that type of beat regardless. And he did that. Looking for Trouble verse is insane. But it is kind of weird why Cole was picked for these opportunities when they had a bigger artist sitting right next to them that had proved that he was not only talented, but that he could create hits and that he could be marketable.
Mm.
I don't want to be the white guy to say it, but know what I mean?
Wait, are you claiming? Wait, no. I want to clarify. I want to clarify this. Are you saying that are you alluding to colorism?
Yes.
In rap, you're alluding to colorism in rap. We hate white people in rap.
Cole is not white.
He's biracial. Look what they're doing to Drake right now. What are you talking about? I don't think that.
Yeah, but
You don't think in that era, at that time, in 2009 into 2010, a light-skinned rapper during that era was more marketable than a Nigerian from DC?
You keep saying that like Cole's from New York. The nigga's from South Carolina, North Carolina. Like,
I don't understand what that has to do with
because
what I
you
just
brought
said.
up that he's Nigerian and he's from DC. Him being from DC has nothing to do with it. That nigga's from North Carolina. Like, I don't feel like that's something that needs to be
Okay,
said.
we can take out the region part of it.
Okay, you keep.
A Nigerian that raps really well, that's also trying to do crossover African music and do go-go DC beats, that is that complexion and probably doesn't play the game the way anyone else would, is more marketable than the light-skinned, tall guy that
So
went
you just
to
bought-
St. John's?
You just brought up a whole bunch of other shit
And I don't want that
Again,
doesn't take
you
anything
just-
away from Cole. He
you
put his
just-
hours in. Like,
you just
Yeah, like he
put-
threw other shit.
He
into
threw a whole bunch of
Yeah.
other shit in this and added that he was dark.
you added in
like,
North Carolina, so I was
No,
just adding more shit.
because you added that
you
he's-
added the pluses. I was just adding more pluses.
You added the pluses. You literally said he's harder to market.
I was adding the reasons why he was harder to market.
Okay,
And why
so-
Cole,
so even
the
if
nice
he was
college
like-
kid,
but even if
was
he was
easy to market.
even if he was
Because I had student
light-skinned,
loans. It
even
worked.
if he
I was
was
like, this guy
light-skinned,
raps about the shit I'm
even
going
if-
through.
Yeah.
Even if he was light skinned, even if fucking Wale was light skinned, all those other asterisks you put next to his name would still make him the more difficult person to market. So I don't think the colorism is it. You just named a bunch of other shit that made him harder to market.
Wale
That was-
went to college too, right?
Sort of.
Okay.
I feel like
But his
mad
raps-
niggas that sort of went to college. I'm one of them. Like mad
His
niggas sort of
raps,
went.
the best thing he did was rap about like Greek life, like D9 Greek life, while he did early. That was his connection with the college shit, but he was not really rapping about college like that. Cole was straight up, and why I started to love Cole was he was rapping about fucking student loans and fucking girls in your dorm room. I was like, hey,
relatable.
what?
Yeah. He's watching me.
Yeah.
That was my life.
I was just in financial aid. This
Yeah.
is amazing.
Mhm.
So, but you don't think, like, why are we arguing this point? And why do I have to be the person to argue it? You don't
Because I
think,
think it's
you
a-
don't think colorism has anything to do with that time?
with
With
Wale-
that blog era time?
No, I don't.
Okay.
No, I don't. You can't say that. And then Big Sean was one of the biggest artists of the blog era time.
He's not Wale's complexion.
Oh, he doing the paper bag.
Yeah,
challenge.
he fucking dragging it now, bro. Like now you dragging it. Like
No worry and Ma.
That was a quick snippet from our Patreon, patreon.com/New Roy and Mall. Subscribe now. You get a new episode every single week.
You get more Rory and Mo.
Yes. Bonus episodes nonstop
Yeah.
every single week. You also get exclusive merch, first dibs on tickets, Ram Radio, just bonus content across the board every single week.
It's where you want to be.
Patreon.com/New Roy and Mall.